Hello guys! I'm going to go through a quick skincare routine and talk about our climate control and our Nangai oil. So I'm going to wait for just a couple of minutes for a couple of you to jump on, otherwise you'll probably have to watch this back. Let me make sure it's working. I think it is. Okay. I really want you guys to start using good skincare, and a lot of people don't know what that means, or a lot of people are like, what do I need for my skin? And so the base of it is you need a cleanser. That is not a makeup remover. You need a makeup remover separate and a cleanser. And then you're going to need an exfoliator. You need to exfoliate once to twice a week, no more, no less. And a toner if your cleanser doesn't already have it in it. SeneGence is a 3-in-1. And, hi Ashley, a moisturizer. A moisturizer is not going to be enough. I don't care what, if you use the world's most amazing moisturizer, it's not enough for your skin. So you need a moisturizer, and you're going to need an eye cream, and then any kind of solution and treatments that you want as well. So I'm going to break this down to tell you about the two different layers of skin. So there's the epidermis and the dermis. A lot of you might know what this is and might not. So if you think of a really like pliable, moist cake, that's the dermis. That's your second layer of your skin. And then there's the frosting on top, which is your epidermis. That's the skin that you can actually touch, right? So your epidermis is actually only about 10% of your skin thickness. The other 90% is your dermis, which is the cake. And the epidermis is basically just dead skin cells. So when the dermis pushes out all the skin cells and they go through this process of basically becoming lifeless, they turn into a hard protein called keratin. That is what your hair and your nail and your outer layer of your skin, your epidermis, is made out of, is keratin. It is your strongest layer, and it's going to defend against the wind and the rain, the weather, the environment. It's like your autoimmune blocker. It's basically your bumper so nothing can get in. And so although it's only 10% of your skin, it is crucial to take care of. Going into the dermis is where all of your, basically your blood vessels, your lymph vessels, your nerves, your sweat glands, all of your sebaceous glands that secrete sebum, which is your oil, all of your oil glands. It's where all that is housed. What else is in your dermis? In that cake is your collagen and elastin. Collagen is your only protein that's actually able to be combined with water. So if your collagen is breaking down, you need to hydrate, because if that's breaking down, you don't have enough water. Your skin is 70% water. 70. If you think drinking water and putting on a little moisturizer is enough to get 70% of that moisture back in, it's not. So what are two things you can add to your daily skincare regimen is climate control. You guys see that? And Nangai oil. The climate control and Nangai oil both have Cineplex complex. That is SeneGence's basically kinetic enzyme that is a cellular renewal. So it makes those cells come to the surface 23.3% faster, and that's how you're going to get less wrinkles. So a lot of people like to use coconut oil. Coconut oil, you have to send through a chemical process to basically break down two different proteins, and it's called steam hydrolysis. And basically you're taking an intense level of heat and pressure, and you're breaking them down into two separate things, and you have to add like the fatty part to the other part, and just to get the part that would actually moisturize. With Nangai oil, because it comes from the Nangai nut, this has triglycerides in it, which is your fatty acids, which is where that's what holds in your moisture. This does not have to go through a chemical process because it naturally has it in it. Nangai has triglycerides in it. So basically this is going to form a barrier on your skin that stops water from evaporating, and it's also putting moisture back in. If you use it, I'll use a little bit for you guys. It's not greasy, it's not heavy, and if it comes out a little bit thicker, it immediately melts down to your body temperature. So Nangai oil can actually, can you guys see, it's not greasy or oily at all. I literally put this like this and rub it all over my face 2 times a day, morning and night. When you use this, because of the molecular weight of this, it's not like heavy. And so it's not going to stay on the outer layer of your surface. It's actually able to penetrate through that epidermis, which is your frosting, and go down into your dermis, which is your cake. And so if you think about, if you left a cake out on the counter, let's say for a week, and it got really dense and hard and it wasn't pliable anymore, that's kind of what happens over time with your skin. And so you want that to be pliable and plump. And when it's not, how are you going to get, if you just put like some stuff on top of that frosting and it's not a molecular weight or is able to penetrate that dermis, it's just going to sit right up there and not do anything, and it's just going to be a waste of your money. You have to use products that can penetrate through that frosting and into the cake, through that epidermis and into the dermis, and actually plump that back up. So if that starts shrinking down, the frosting's going to go with it, and guess what? That's when you're getting those divots. That's when you're getting those fine lines and wrinkles, to boost the moisture back up, which is going to bring that frosting back up, which is going to smooth out that top layer. So it's going to smooth out all of your fine lines and wrinkles. You have to have a product that can penetrate through to your dermis. So your dermis is where all your hydration is. That's what you need to put your hydration into. And so the Nangai oil is amazing for that. And it's in stock right now, so I can get it for you guys. Also, climate control. This is your purest form of hydration in a bottle. Dr. Oz raves about this all the time. This has Cineplex Complex, which is that cellular renewal kinetic enzyme in there. And it also has Cellplex. It also has Cellplex, which is a smoothing and a highly moisturized fluid. So there's 2 different things in here. So basically you're going to shake this super like vigorously, and then it activates once those 2 are together. And then you can spray this all over. I just spritz it. It's kind of like a blue gel. It's great for sunburns. It's great for eczema and for razor burn and any dry spots you have. So I have this, like, I don't know if you guys can see, like these bumps on the back of my arms. And I have been using the climate control and the Nangai oil for 2 days on this one and not this one, so I'll post my results. I want to give it like a week or 2, and then I'll show you guys the results of that. But it's your purest form of hydration. And so when you use these 2, they can actually penetrate through that top layer and into your skin. And so then you're going to use these, and then you'll put your moisturizer over that to kind of seal it in. And then you can use your eye cream, which our eye cream is amazing. It's hard. And then remember, I showed you guys in this last video, it immediately melts down to your body temperature again. So that way, I have makeup on, so I'm not going to touch, but you're not like going like this. You literally just do this, and there's no drag because of how silky smooth it is, and that way you're not like pulling on this really fine skin. Our anti-wrinkle treatment, which I'm almost out of, has the Cineplex Complex as well, and so this is what's going to penetrate down into that dermis layer, into that cake layer, and kind of fill that back in so it smooths out that frosting so there's no more wrinkles. So your goal is to get your dermis super hydrated, and by drinking water, yes, that helps. By moisturizing, yes, that helps. You need to be drinking water and moisturizing. But that alone is not going to put enough in to your skin. So I highly recommend these 2. I'm going to order some today. I'm going to put in an order. So if you guys want 1, 2, or both, I really recommend them together because these things are powerhouses together. If you guys need anti-wrinkle cream, if you need a moisturizer, a cleanser, an exfoliator, eye cream, anything, self-tanning coconut milk, that works great. Anything, then let me know because I'm going to put an order in. I just really want you guys to start taking care of your skin, especially because of how harsh the weather is going to be. And then when the sun starts coming out more, you have got to start taking care of your skin because of all those UV rays. So let's get good skin together, okay? That is my goal for each one of you. I hope you guys are all having a great day. See you later.